guys, how are you today? How are you today? I hope everyone is safe. I hope everyone is following instructions, and I hope that you all are in money making mode. So I wanted to come on and just share a few words with you about your content. You know that over since last week, I've been talking about your content creation and the importance of content creation, and really, finding content that resonates with your audience, that speaks, hi Janelle, that speaks to your audience and that kind of thing. So today I just wanted to come and talk a little more about the importance of the kind of content you should be sharing. So for those of you who are here for the very first time, who are new to me, I know I have some new people that are following me over the last week who are new to Dynamic Business Strategist, which is my Facebook group with over 4,000 entrepreneurs who are killing it. Welcome. I'm Adanna Austin. I am your business coach and consultant, and I work with entrepreneurs like yourself to get very clear on your goals, identify your ideal clients, and develop the strategies to grow your business. And one of those really key strategies is your content. Now, guys, you hear so many people talking about creating content, content is king. Now, when you make that decision to become an entrepreneur, one of the decisions that you are making is to share content with your audience on a regular basis, right? But you have to have your content has to have a goal. It has to have a purpose. You're not just sharing content because you want to be the loudest voice on social media. You want to be the best blog, or you want to do as many videos as possible. There has to be some intention and some purpose behind the content that you want to share with your audience, right? And that is what you have to remember and take into consideration as you start to create content for your business. What is the purpose of this content? What is the goal behind this content? What do I plan? What am I trying to achieve? What do I want my audience to do after they have consumed this content, right? So you have to have a goal for the content that you are creating for your audience, no matter where you're sharing this content, whether it's on social media, whether you're sharing it via blog, via video, whether you're sharing it in an email, even if you're doing an interview, right? All of those things are pieces of content, right? So you have to determine before you even start to write your content, what is my goal? What is my goal? What is the intention behind this thing that I'm about to share? And you also want to remember that your content has to do three things, right? It has to inspire, it has to motivate, and it has to educate your audience, right? I always tell my clients that, and they know I repeat this ad nauseum, right? You want to inspire, motivate, and educate your audience, right? This is the intention behind it. So every time you decide, okay, I'm going to do a live, or I'm going to share a post on my page or on my group or in somebody else's group, or I'm going to write a blog, whatever it is, I'm going to send out an email. What is my intention? Am I going to inspire my audience? Am I going to motivate my audience? Or am I educating my audience? Or am I doing all three things at the same time, right? Because it is quite possible. But you have to have an intention behind the content that you are sharing, right? And once you understand that intention, and that intention also has to go hand in hand with your audience, right? Knowing exactly what your audience needs, knowing exactly the type of words that they use, and to describe the challenges that they have, knowing the type of words that you should use to communicate the solution to the challenges that you are presenting to them, right? Really getting to the crux of that matter and understanding that, your content is the way that you build that know, like, and trust. I know you always hear me talk about that as well, right? You have to build that know, like, and trust. You have to build the relationship with your audience. You have to have an audience in order to sell. You would not get sales, guys, because the end result for everybody as an entrepreneur, right? You have a business. The end result is because you want sales, right? But you cannot get sales if you don't have an audience. And you won't have an audience if you're not sharing the right type of content, because you can be posting every single day and still not attracting the right type of people and still not getting sales. So guys, all of these things work in tandem. They work hand in hand, right? So you have to build a relationship, right? You have to build that know, like, and trust with your audience first, based on the content that you are sharing with your audience, right? You can't start a business today and then be like, okay, buy from me. If no one knows you exist, they are not going to buy from you. If no one understands exactly the solution that you are solving, they're not going to buy from you. If they do not have a relationship with you, meaning if they do not know you, they do not like you, they do not trust you, they are not going to buy from you. And you build those things through the content that you share, right? Should one educate the audience to do it themselves? If so, how are you going to make cash? There's a way to do that. So you can educate them to do certain parts of it, and then you can offer them a solution where you can do the other part of it, right? So we always talk about sharing 80% and selling 20%, right? That is the general rule that we go by. So educate your audience with 80% of your content, right? I give away so much free content every single day in my emails, in my videos, in my blogs, in my articles. I give away a lot of free content. 5 tools to do this. This is how you do this. This is how you set up your Facebook. This is how you write your content. This is how, you know what I mean? And it does not mean because I am giving the information away that people are not buying from me. People still will buy from you. So you have to be mindful of that, right? People, and the reason you want to educate your audience is because you also want to let them know that you know what you're talking about. If you are not proving to your audience that you know what you're talking about, why would they even trust you to buy from you? If all you're doing is putting out a flyer saying that we do this, that is no proof to me that you actually know what you're doing, right? That is no proof. Putting out a flyer and just saying that we offer this is no proof to me that you can actually do or solve the challenges that I need solved, right? So by educating your audience, so let's just say you sell soaps, or you sell creams or anything like that. You can educate your audience about the types of materials you use, what type of skin is for, what, how often you should use it. If you have allergic skin, then use this. If you have oily skin, then use that. You educate your audience and they will still buy from you, because in educating them, you are building the relationship, right? You are building that know, like, and trust factor. As I said to you, I give away 80% and sell 20%, and I'm never short of sales, right? So you have to just be mindful of that and remove that mindset of block. You don't want to block your blessings. You don't want to block your sales, right? People will buy from you. They have to trust and know that you know how to solve the problem. And just by putting up a flyer or putting up pretty pictures of your product or saying, I know how to do something, is not enough to convince people to buy from you. You understand what I'm saying, guys? Right? So when you are, as you've decided to start your business, and as you've decided to really reach out there and be the one who, is going to solve a challenge, you need to pay attention to the content that you are sharing, right? So your content has to inspire, motivate, and educate your audience. Those are the 3 things you really want to inspire, motivate, and educate your audience. And you also want to make sure you have a goal and a purpose behind your posts, your information that you are sharing. And you also want to be consistent, because that's the other key. if you are not consistent with sharing your content, if you're not consistently educating them, inspiring them, motivating them, if you're not consistently building that relationship with the audience, they also are not going to trust you. They're also not going to buy from you. So there has to be some level of consistency with the content that you're sharing. You're not just posting things out. You're not just posting the same thing, the same flyer. Good, I've seen you all do that. Oh, child. The same flyer every day for 2 weeks, right? The same flyer saying the exact same thing, not starting conversations with your audience, not engaging with your audience. Because remember, content is not just what you post. Content also forms part of how you engage with your audience once they have responded to whatever you shared. So once they have responded to the video, they've responded to the blog or the article, they've responded to the post that you shared, they responded to the email, your content continues to build, right? So the content is just not the one thing that you put out, it's the continuation of the conversation, right? You want to make sure that the content has a goal, it has a purpose, that it's inspiring, it's motivating, and it's educating, and you want to make sure that it's consistent. So the challenge I know that a lot of you have is, what content do I share? Where do I find this content, right? And like, how can I ensure that I am being consistent, right? And the fact of the matter is, the truth of the matter is that there's content sitting in your lap every single day, right? There are so many different ways for you to find content to share with your audience. You have to do a lot of social listening, but there's so much information out there for you to find content to share with your audience. And you want to share that content in different ways. Why? Because your audience consumes content in different ways, right? If you have 500 people following you on Facebook, or you have 500 people in your email list, or you know what I mean, you have 200 people following your blog, everybody consumes content differently. Some people like videos, some people like audio, some people like just pictures and memes, some people, you know what I mean, people consume information in different ways. So if you are promoting something, you're trying to educate your audience, you want to make sure that you share the same message in different ways so that it does not exclude anybody, and that you ensure that your audience, every part of your audience, gets the message that you are trying to share with them, right? So you want to create a mixture of content to share with your audience, right? So I hope that really helps.